morning. Here I am on day 11, 1/3 of the way through. Wow. Forgive me, I have messed up. Not intentionally, but the thing is I'm thinking about all the things that I have actually used that later I found out contained animal products. I'm still going to count it as 30 days. That's the best thing to do. It wasn't my fault. I was trying, but let's go on day 11 with a strong start. And I am going to just be extra careful about what I read, what I do, and make amends for my sins. You remember yesterday about the Burt's Bees chapstick? That just kind of threw me, so I grabbed another chapstick and another, I should say lip balm. Chapstick is a brand, but I grabbed another lip balm in hopes that maybe that was vegan. Well, here it is, right here, EOS lip balm. So I didn't have time this morning to find out what's going on with it, so I just Googled, is EOS a vegan? Well, no, it contains beeswax. Daggone it. I'll tell you, I'm going to have the worst lips in the world here coming up. Here it is, fall. I really need some kind of lip balm, and it just ain't happening. That being said, EOS is also tested on animals. That's another pain in my side, is animal testing. I'll just kind of let it go and not buy any more. Glad to get the word out there. Yesterday I was feeling a little bit tired. At first I thought, okay, maybe it's the veganism finally coming to get me. Then, I realized, hey, I am human. I'm going to get tired. I'm willing to chalk it off to my work schedule. Lately, I've been off, and after that one day, I'll just go right back into work, and then one day off again, and that schedule's been going on for about a month. Yeah, it's just not giving me time to rest. I am very willing to accept the fact that that probably has a little more to do with it than the fact that I have turned vegan. It was just kind of funny that my immediate thought was, okay, let's chalk this up to veganism. No, it doesn't make sense because honestly, I do have much more energy now. I'm willing to let it ride. I'm not going to go panic and eat a cheeseburger or anything like that. Yes, the strong finish. I am going to be very, very careful about what I intake. Who knows how far the mess up actually has gone. There's so many processed things do have animal product. That kind of brings me to the dairy industry. Oh my gosh, it's like the force, the dairy industry is strong within you, Master Luke. Oh, I could go on and on about the dairy industry. In DC, they have the biggest lobby on Capitol Hill ever. Their lobbyists have associates. It just goes all the way down. They are strong. Strong. So all those commercials you see on TV about healthy bones and milk is the only way to get them, and other ads that they have run over the years, they really have the money to advertise. They really have the money to really push it home that you need milk. I know this because I have known people to actually work with the dairy lobby. They have their fingers into everything. They would rather that every American believe that you must have dairy. You absolutely must, or you will die. Have a glass of this white stuff now, or you will die. So, America is hooked on dairy. Growing up as a kid, I thought that was the only way, and it was weird. It was weird to me because milk is really something that I haven't really liked all my life. I was so urged as a kid to drink my milk, drink my milk, drink my milk. When I got to be maybe about 15, I just refused. And occasionally I'd have a glass of milk. The big thing with me was always cheese. I didn't have necessarily a relationship where I loved it. I have to eat a block of cheese, but that so much that I actually ate, I would put cheese on. I was getting a considerable amount of dairy and not worried about not getting it. As a matter of fact, there are reports out there that it doesn't really help with calcium retention in your body. There are so many people out there that are lactose intolerant. They're doing fine. I am probably one of those people that just basically had a slight amount of it or something. For the longest time in my life, I would do non-dairy creamers. Yes, those non-dairy creamers that actually were supposed to be non-dairy, but they really weren't. For some reason, several years ago, I switched to half and half to cream my coffee. It was like every morning I would have my coffee, and maybe an hour or 2 hours later, I would start getting somewhat of a stomach ache. Now, for the longest time, I thought it was the coffee, quelled my coffee consumption. It did not help. But since I've been back with like coconut to cream my coffee or soy, I don't get that anymore. It just totally has gone away. So all this time, I thought maybe it was the acidity of the coffee, but it ended up being the dairy, which is probably why I've never in my life really had to have 3 glasses of milk a day, because I don't take it well. And I've got to ask that question, how many people are actually lactose intolerant that don't know it? Because I would never have told you that I was lactose intolerant, but I do a lot better off without it. With the dairy, a lot of people worry about getting their calcium. It's not something you really have to worry about. And there's a lot of calcium in the foods you eat. There's a lot of calcium in beans. There's a lot of calcium in strawberries, other sources too. I haven't really sat down to make a list, but there are vegetarian sources for calcium. You don't have to go to the cow. If it were like it was in the past, say 100 years ago, and somebody would go milk a cow and you would get milk. Now, I don't want to get too heavily into it. There's a lot of information out there if you want to look it up. But the cruelty that the dairy cows suffer, it's just terrible. They have to keep them pregnant to produce the milk. So these very young cows probably really should not be bred. They're forced to become pregnant, and as soon as the calf is born, they take it, haul it off. They're taken from their mother right away, which is just pretty sick, because cows, when you get down to it, and a lot of people don't know this or don't look at it, but cows do develop very strong friendships, and they have a strong sense of community. If you came out here with me in the country where there are tons and tons of cows, you would see that. I pass by one farm every single day. The same cows, I mean, they've got their own little community. There are certain cows, you see them together, just like little parts of that community, little friendships formed in that community. And the babies, they have very strong attachments to their mothers. Well, all that sense of community is taken away. Also, the dairy cows, they're put into little pens, of course. It seems like industrial farming, they really limit the movement of the animals. Day after day, they're milked. They have issues. They're not getting the veterinary care that they need, and the handling is really bad. And then once it's all over and the cow is past the age where it's giving milk, that's the end of its life, and that is a very short life. It's not anywhere near what a cow has the capacity to live. I'll go that far into it. If you want to watch more, there is really good information out there about our dairy industry. Even if you wanted to make a little move, even if you wanted to do something to help and you didn't necessarily want to become vegan, try to find your sources of milk. At least go free range. Again, with the little pluses, don't get your milk from that source. It's just more humane. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.